Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Panda Boot Creates, where we're beginner crafters crafting together. Today we are going to do some Valentine's Day cards. I know it's coming up next weekend, so here are some ideas for your significant other. So if you watched my previous Bridgerton video, then you'll recognize this SVG file. I'm just going to open up the same project I had previously and just edit it slightly so that I can cut it out of cardstock instead of vinyl. I'm also going to resize it so that it'll fit on my card as opposed to an 8x10 frame. I'm also going to attach it so that it stays together on the mat. Because it's a card and not vinyl, it needs to be together, obviously. And then I'm going to move it on my mat to be in the position I want it to be on my card. Because if it cuts exactly at 0, 0, then obviously it's going to be in the corner of the card and not in the center. And I got to pick my light cardstock. Mine's 60 pounds, so I picked light. And you're going to pick default, or you can pick light. I've said that before. You can pick light if your blade is sharp enough. And then it's just going to cut. Now we're going to slowly peel it off. Try to keep everything intact other than obviously the negative space that we want to get rid of. It might stay on your mat, it might not. It doesn't really matter as long as you get out all of the negative space. And then obviously keep what you want. Now use your weeding tool and get rid of whatever remaining negative space is left. So all you have is what you wanted to cut out. And you can see my little cutout of Simon stayed intact. We're going to put a little backing on it. I chose purple. I think it gives a good contrast. You can choose whatever color you want, obviously. And I'm just going to glue it on using my craft paper glue. And you can see here that I did the outline and in the center like an idiot. I totally forgot about the purple showing through in the cutouts, so I have random lines. So I have to try to smooth those out. And then there's obviously tiny little pieces that don't want to glue down nicely, so I kind of just put some glue on my finger and I just rubbed it on, trying to get it glued down nicely. It did kind of dry, dark, and weird in some places, so I tried to make it as uniform as possible so that it kind of looked like a shadow, like it looked intentional. I definitely wouldn't recommend this way. I would recommend like a glue stick or something better than what I did. Don't be like me. Never be like me. Just kidding. And then you can see that I used the cutout of Simon. I put it on the inside. I thought he was kind of cool. And then the word you actually turned out really well too. So I decided to put that beside him like he was talking. And you can see that I folded it the complete wrong way. So when I cut it out on the left hand side because I didn't think about the fact that when you fold it, it needs to be on the right hand side in order for it to go the right way for a card. Maybe you noticed that originally and you're like, what are you doing? Yeah, I messed up. So put it on the right hand side. Um, and then it should cut out fine. If you made the exact same one and you did it correctly and it looks much better than mine, throw it down in the comments below. I don't know if you can add photos in the comments, because I don't know anything about YouTube, but if you can, do it. Next, we're going to do the Bernie card. So my first one, Bridgerton one, is I burn for you, but this one is I burn like Bernie for you. So I got an SVG off of Google here, and I just saved it and I uploaded it into Design Space. I did not have to change much because they had already deleted the background and everything for me, which is great. And I go to cut it, and this time I at least remembered to put it on the right side. Yeah, go me. Woot. And we're just going to use the same settings as last time. Should be a fine point blade, default pressure with your light cardstock. Don't mirror it because it's not going to be reversed, and start cutting. And then I realized as I took it off the mat that the whole outside would have cut. So it means that all of those little itty bitty pieces um, are on my mat now. They're not on the card where they're supposed to be. And it's not a huge deal. Basically, I ended up weeding it off and gluing Bernie onto the card. Now, I also was started to try to weed it like on the mat, and I was getting a little scared that I was going to poke through my mat, so I gave up on that idea and I just tried to slowly peel it off. I definitely recommend slowly peeling it off versus weeding it on the mat because you don't want to ruin your mat. And my hands getting stuck to the mat was just ruining it even more. And I did the same thing where I put a backing behind the cutout. This time I cut it in half, so it was only half the card. And then I'm just going to glue the backing behind and glue the Bernie cutout back on top. But then I decided I'm going to put the other half on the back just for funsies because I had glued it and now I have all this random glue at the back by accident. I really shouldn't have glued it on top of the paper like I did. I was having a blonde moment clearly, even though I'm not a blonde currently. And that's it. I wrote I burn for you because, why not? It makes two memes in one. So it's hilarious. Unless, your significant other will not understand the reference, then maybe write something else funny that's Bernie related. And those are your Valentine's Day cards. Those are just obviously two examples. You can go onto Cricut Design Space or even Google it, and I'm sure you can find other SVGs. You can find ready to make projects, go on Etsy even. Um, but these are ones that I just made from scratch based on Google Images, and I made them into my own SVGs. And I just wanted to show you that that is a possibility. You don't have to go out to the store to buy something. You don't have to go to Cricut Access to buy something. You can make something yourself, and you can make it personalized to whatever your significant other likes or whatever you like. It doesn't necessarily have to be whatever they like, but I mean, it should probably be what they like. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications of my next videos. And comment down below which card you're making for your significant other this holiday. Bye for now.